I'm Chance with We Sell Broken Bow. Appreciate you tuning in.
All right. Holy moly. What a beautiful doggone day. Today is Thursday, February 26th. Almost 3 p.m. It's in the 70s. So we'll take it. We will take it. All right, just fueled up at Allsup's. Got some of that 93. That 93 octane. That octizzle. Half a tank's about $5. Will get me about down to Dallas. I will take it. All right, just leaving Allsup's here on the southern end of downtown Broken Bow. From Memorial Street and 259. We're gonna head north, go check out things. It's been a little while since I've brought a video of what's popping in Broken Bow. So, whole lot of new stuff. Several deals pending right now. One gentleman that works at the casino, that awesome young, hardworking guy, was able to find him a dream property in his budget at the end of a little private road with overlooking a nice pond. Kept in pretty good condition, it seems. So we'll see. Inspection on that is going to be tomorrow. Just closed recently, just sold to a buyer, represented a buyer on one of the finest doggone cabins in Carter Mountain. Recently closed on that. Probably one of the more expensive, more high-priced properties that sold recently here in Broken Bow. So grateful and thankful for the buyer's trust on that one. That property has a magnificent view. Holy moly, the view. At the end of a cul-de-sac at the top of the highest point of Carter Mountain West. And the seller, in their time of owning it, they improved the property a little bit and placed a pool back there, and so we'll insert some video here of that property.
Welcome to one of the finest luxury cabins in all of Broken Bow, sitting high in Carter Mountain West with long-range views, so wide and so stunning you might accidentally propose to someone. This 5-bed, 5-bath retreat delivers style, space, and pure I'm never leaving energy. Inside, you've got 4 king suites, each with its own private balcony, perfect for sunrise coffee or pretending you're in a travel commercial. The bunk room features queen over queen beds because even the kids deserve first-class seating in this place. Upstairs, the game room brings the fun, pool table, shuffleboard, and a full bar so you can celebrate your wins or dramatically blame your losses on the wine fridge. And yes, there are 3 fireplaces. More fireplaces than most folks have houseplants. This cabin stays cozier than your favorite hoodie. Step outside, and it only gets better. A heated pool, expansive decks, fire pit, and an oversized...
Show you a little bit about what we've got going on. Today, I'll run by and kind of point out a couple of our listings that we've got on the market. Just put some signs out and stuff like that. So, anywho, beautiful day to be at the end of February here and have such great weather. We'll take it, but golly, it could definitely be a hot summer. Oh, I'm really trying to mind my manners. I know, mind my manners on this bike. And when I say that, it's like, man, part of me wants to really shoot up along the left side of these cars and get to the front like I might do if I wasn't recording right now. But supposedly, I've heard in the bike community and folks that record their driving and stuff like that, lane splitting should be legal. Some folks in a car or truck it, particularly in states where, of course, it's not legal. Folks in cars and trucks can kind of get frustrated and feel like bikes are just being reckless or careless, and it's like, hey, you know, if you're lane splitting, for example, at coming up to a red light, well, you're just less likely to get rear-ended, and you can kind of protect yourself being in vehicle, like being within a patch of vehicles. But anywho, neither here nor there. Got a handful of good listings. Got a handful coming to the market here soon. Need to kind of work on some, it's constantly some paperwork and online stuff and this, that, and the other. Thank God I got an awesome team. I appreciate them. Passed a police officer. I wonder if he had a radar. I wasn't speeding very much, but a lot of police officers will give some leniency towards folks on a bike because, of course, it's a little more risky, and if you are speeding or anything, you're really not putting many other vehicles or whatnot in danger or harm's way. So that's kind of how they see that. And a lot of them ride, well, maybe I shouldn't say a lot, but some. So, man, I really try to mind myself on this bike and be safe and mind the traffic laws. So, man, what a beautiful day. So pricing has come down on these cabins a little bit. Some might feel like it's come down a lot. Some haven't seen any price drop in their property value. And if they did, they just don't care because they're intending on keeping it for a while. And we'll say what's happening to these folks. That dude with his beard and his eyes. What's happening? All right, we're in 5th gear, rolling 60. It's just too easy to speed in 6th gear. So, for whoever's watching this, help give me some ideas of things you might want to see if you're kind of savvy or you know about what's going on up here. Here before long, I intend to show you more in depth about some of the things to do that you might not be doing or you might not be coming to see while you're here. Like there's the Beaver's Bend Safari Park, there's ATV, UTV stuff, fishing, hiking, folks up here camping. A lot of folks drinking. Honestly, that's not really my blast. That's not really my preference. I really rarely have a drink. I just do not like the way that stuff makes me feel.
Okay.
All right, here we're passing Cress Road. This is about the southern end of where the cabins and developments all begin. This is a cool, no, forgive me, it's not this one. This is a cool ranch property for sure. This Three Creeks Reserve. I'm gonna pull over in here and kind of show you one of these subdivisions that has, I think, one of the better amenities centers. One of the better amenities and stuff. This subdivision was kind of a tough sell for a little while. In fact, I would imagine there's probably a few of these properties that are like still on the market and all. This subdivision didn't really work with realtors very much. They were a little overconfident in their product and stuff, and now frankly there's a couple of tracks. I'm not talking smack or anything. There's a couple of tracks like 40 acres, 20 acres, this, that, and the other that, let's be real, if they could have sold them all, they would have. And now these tracks are on the market available to investors and or kind of smaller developers being like not a multi-state developer, kind of a smaller guy coming in here and building 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 properties. That's kind of a smaller developer. But anyways, Three Creeks Reserve. I think they hit the nail on the head with the amenity center, and they kind of had to. To bring folks back here. But anyways, got a tennis and basketball court, which is cool. Just recently, within the past week, showed some folks a cabin back here. It's a cool little Sasquatch thing. Howdy. All right. Got a pool back there, playground set for the kids. I take it this is a little shop building for this cabin here, R&R Retreat. Good looking place, nice shop. All right. Goes on down here, I guess, at the next little road where I showed this cabin recently. Nice kind of cottage, I'd say cottage style before cabin style. This was the property that I showed recently. Very, very high end finish in terms of quality, the materials and the quality of craftsmanship, and just how everything's fit and finish, you might call it. So a lot of these properties are really nice. Decent location, nice properties back here. And beautiful, beautiful doggone day. I think they've done well. Decent roads back here, and a little amenity center. So what more can you ask for when you're up here in Broken Bow, honestly? Something about this gravel road in here kind of seems a little more loose. A little more loose than some of these others that I'm used to traveling up here on the bike. I just wanted to give you a bike's perspective. Beautiful, beautiful day. I've been riding the bike, but just honestly hadn't done a video for y'all in a while, so figured I'd show y'all around. A lot of folks are kind of wondering about buying. Oh, is the market flooded now? Is it gonna? Who knows how many more they'll build. In order for folks to build, in terms of when I say folks, just generally the market, right? Like that demand's gonna have to show up in more than just the rental capacity. It's gonna have to show up in terms of the existing cabins on the market have kind of got to absorb or sell and kind of run their course. And I'll say, for better and for worse, if I'm gonna just be a tough critic, a lot of these cabins were just not super thoughtfully and carefully and well designed or built. For a short little while, when there was, let's say back in 2020, when there was 2,000 cabins in existence, and ooh, I've got to really slow down on this stuff here. Mind my P's and Q's. Where was I going with that? Yeah, when there was 2,000 cabins in existence and hardly any on the market for sale, and folks kind of wanted to speculate and invest and have a cool looking short-term rental property, vacation rental, second home, all that. Values seem to be trending up, certainly, going from $200 to $300 to $400 a square foot to $500. So in some cases, the smaller cabins were bringing $600-700 a square foot, and we were just like, oh my gosh, no ceiling in sight. Well, yep, pretty quickly you start building another 1,000, another 2,000. Now you're at 4,000, and then it kind of slows down a little bit. Interest rates double, so that's all been what's led to the point of the market now where there's, in folks' best estimations, 5,000 or so, maybe on the way to 6,000 of these cabins, 400 on the market for sale at any given time. Lots are kind of hard to sell right now. A lot of folks are like reluctant to build, timid to buy a lot and build, and unless they've already got the lot and had the lot for some years and wanting to finish up the project, as that probably would make the most sense. But anyways, just kind of giving a little bit of a context of what we're looking at now in the market. Prices kind of came down a little bit. Depends on the size, depends on the location, depends on the premium of the property, right? But if you're buying a decent sized cabin, a 2, 3, 4 bedroom, excluding some sort of super special factor, like for example, a long range view or something just super crazy about it, you're probably looking in the mid 300s a foot. 3,000 square foot cabin, mid 300s a square foot, you're probably looking at about $1 million. A smaller 700 square foot, 1 bed or 2 bed, 2 bath might be looking at 4s into the 5s. A 2 bed, 2 bath might be looking 4s to 6s. A 3 bed, 3 bath might be looking 7, 8, 9s. So many variables about cabins up here. And my oh my, I'm just gonna slow down and let you capture some of this road work and construction that they've been working so long and hard on. So that's awesome to see. Let's go get something to eat. Stop at Papa's. Papa's up here in Hochatown. So this is the casino and resort right here on the right. Interest rates really haven't seemed to move much over the past year or two. Interest rates are kind of relatively close to what we've been seeing the past year or two. So that's really not been a factor. I think that if we're going to speculate, we could probably anticipate interest rates to lower by 0.5 point to 1 point over the next year to 2. Kind of just depends. It's been six or so years since the pandemic, so who knows if there's another pump and dump or something like that around the corner. Which it's kind of interesting in those times. I mean, this area has surged. Of course, the market up here, how it looked was just much different back in 2000, the 2000.com deal, and then the 08 stuff. Market looked a whole lot different. The world up here looked a whole lot different. There were just none of these cabins. Broken Bow was one of my first motorcycle trips going on with my dad and some of his friends back. That was 2011, probably, coming through Broken Bow. And yeah, there just being no cabins up here whatsoever. And now there's 6,000 of these cabins up here. It's absolutely bananas how this place is just blown up as a luxury vacation destination. It's been a vacation destination for campers and outdoors folks and stuff like that. Folks fishing and coming to the lake. Been a vacation spot for decades and decades, but just over the past 5 and 10 years has it become a luxury vacation spot. So that's kind of cool to watch. And it's wild living up here myself that, I mean, once a week or every other week, I tend to see some folks that are recognized from Dallas or went to school with, or this, that, and the other. So that's all kind of fun. Anyways, we're gonna pull into Papa's here real quick and have a burrito.
Yummy.
Papa's Tacos. I'll let you know what I think.